Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. I'm having a pretty good day myself. In this episode, we are going to do some things with the transfer station. And something that I have not ever played with, so I'm going to definitely need your help on this too a little bit if you notice something that I miss. I'm pretty good at that, so let's get started right away here, and we are going to grab the transfer station and the small supply station. The transfer station says, store supplies. Transfer station workers will transport stored goods to out-of-range warehouses. The small supply station says, transport the designated resources of the town to the supply station to provide raw materials for the processing buildings within the scope to improve processing efficiency. So what this is saying, and what I'm guessing is, so correct me if I'm wrong here. So if, let's say we have our cotton fields down here, right? So we have our cotton fields, they're growing cotton. And we have, let's say, a guy that makes linen here, okay? So we tell the transfer station to look for that linen, right? And then the supply station is going to be the one that moves that linen to, let's say, a tailoring workshop up here that we have. I think that's how that works. That's my theory, and I'm gonna give it a try, assuming that we don't die from this tornado that we have on the map. Not on the map yet, but on the timeline. It's very close. That's why the game is paused, because I didn't want to waste any time with that working, coming toward us. Up over here, where we're finally repaired from the last couple tornadoes, well, mostly repaired from the last couple tornadoes. Some of us were thinking, like, maybe the ocean or the Sky Witch was the one that was causing the tornadoes. This just says decorative structure that can be placed in the town. Now, it doesn't say anything about causing tornadoes or protecting against tornadoes or anything like that. I don't think that's the problem. I think maybe tornadoes just happen in the game because I do have disasters turned on. Because, you know, that's the snowstorm. That's a disaster, right? The plagues that come through, that's a disaster. It just kind of spices up. Oh, no, wait, look at this. Oh, so I always wondered if this was going to happen. So it looks like because I got totally distracted here. Because we have the animal power activated, or to the end donkeys, so we have donkeys, remember, can be used for moving goods. There they are. That's a horse, but it's doing the same thing. It's moving the goods around. That's so awesome that you could see him walking around town. I love that. That's super great. What is this little pile here? The coal in the middle of the road? Okay, anyways, so let's go ahead. Somebody was also asking about our kittens, if our kittens from a couple episodes ago survived. Sadly, only 2 pairs of them have. So right here and here, this house, all these houses got wiped out, and these houses don't have any kittens. Well, yeah, these 2. These other houses here don't have any kittens. So we lost a couple kittens, which is sad, and we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled for some more of them, and we can get new ones. So yeah, right there, 200 citizens want new houses, so that's something else that I want to work on a little bit. As well as the warehouses. So I asked a couple episodes ago about this population number, what the deal was, and somebody said that it was probably because we have so many people in the boarding houses. So remember, we have this boarding house, we have 2 boarding houses here, and then we have this one over here as well, and they all are pretty full. They're not max. Well, this one isn't max, the other ones are. So I want to do a new, like, a new neighborhood somewhere, but I'm not really sure where to do it, or because we have this little section that I put in a couple more homes over here. Let's see if we can find our, yeah, we'll just do this house. So we could keep going over here, and that's probably what I'll do, fill this area in with homes, but I'm not really sure where else to go with them. I wanted to go up houses over here, but I want to try that thing where we were spreading out a little bit more. So over here, like, we have the fertile field, right? And so we could do a plantation over here. See, this turns to green, it's all happy. So we could do another little villagey area over here, and I think that might be what I'm going to do. It's also something else that's going to spread out when these tornadoes are hitting. Somebody told me a disaster story where a tornado ripped through all of their storage stuff, their warehouses, and they lost all of their stores of things. And I really would like to avoid that happening. And so that's going to be something I'm going to, hopefully not too late here, work toward. Another thing that somebody mentioned was, hey, just pause your castle for now, and let your other buildings that are demanding this brick be created. So that's what I did. Great idea. Thank you, by the way. You can see there's a couple here that are still demanding it, but it's getting there. And we have all of our corrals built finally because of that same person who suggested that. These were demanding the bricks, I believe. So we're gonna go cattle on all of these because we want to get some milk going, and then we can make butter. But I think we have to wait until this one corral gets a bunch of cows, and then we can divide them. So we're just gonna turn this off for now, I guess. We're doing okay with food, so we don't need it to be on yet. So we'll just let it go. The tornado will be here shortly. So we could take a peek at some other things that we want to build this episode. I was looking at a luxury boarding house. So the regular boarding house doesn't support you have more your citizens having more children. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like an apartment building, basically. This is kind of weird. So it says supplies can store more supplies than an apartment. What is an apartment? We have boarding house, a villa, and house upgrade, and tents. I don't see apartment, so that might be a bug to work out or something, but... Oh, here comes our tornadoes, right through our farm here. Oh, this is... You stay away from my castle, you jerk. Okay, yep, just stay over there. No, you're heading right toward the castle. Turn! Oh, man, that feels bad. Again? Well, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? To repeat the same action and expect different results is madness. You know where I learned that from? A blue dragon in World of Warcraft said that when I was fighting him in boss fight once. So, I'm not gonna put the castle back there. We're gonna move the castle somewhere over here, and we're gonna try again. Maybe we'll go over in this nice flat area right here. It irks me, dude. That's such a bummer, So this is a good spot. It's nice flat over here. We'll do a road from this little area, and maybe we can do like some decoration action or something over here and make this spot just really cool. Man, that blows. Oh. So now we got a bunch of people that are homeless, of course, because of the tornado ripped through everybody's houses. And so we are going to go ahead and go around, and again, I am going to set these guys up for being repaired, and we'll get that repaired, and I'll be right back. All right, friends, we got most of the stuff taken care of over here. Oh, looks like we missed one right here. One thing to note, if this happens to you, make sure that you repair your marketplace first before you go through and click all the houses. If you do not, and the marketplace does not exist, remember, you can't build houses outside of that radius. So if you have something marked for repairing, and they clear it, and go to start making the next one, and you have no marketplace, it disappears. So you know, to repair, click on this little button on the right that's here, and then you can hit this prioritize button and make that your priority so that your houses don't get wasted. So as you can see here, we have one of our boarding houses empty. We got 14 left there. This one's empty. Oh, look at that. That's not good. Totally missed that guy. And then over here, this one's empty. We're making moves. And then here's what else I did. We got a couple cows over in here. Looks like I can turn on a couple more of these things. I'm gonna go 2 more, and we can divide, and you can go there, and divide, and you can go there. So now we got cows. Cows are spreading into our other corrals. Great. Look at this. So I've expanded this neighborhood by quite a bit. You can hear all sorts of dinging going on. I'll show you where else this is happening. You might notice my coins are really low. Well, there's something else I wanted to build, and it's the garden villas. So I needed a couple things. I needed some silver, and I needed some luxurious textiles. So that's what we got. We got some garden villas over here. Pretty sweet looking things. And these are all more luxury houses. So this whole area is going to be just another neighborhood, like I had mentioned. And it's also going to be where we're going to learn about our supply stations, transfer stations. So yeah, my whole intent for this is this side's going to be all industrial stuff. This is where they live. I got some mountain warehouses, pretty sweet. So those are huge. And then you can see that I have 2 question marks. I got several question marks, but the 2 question marks here are what we're going to be focusing on. So the clothing factories. So we have the small supply station with Lauren and Selena working. So if we hit plus, so these are clothing factories. So we're looking for linens. So kind of like in my example, that's what I wanted to go off of. I have no linens around this area, so I'll show you again. Mountain warehouse, no linens, no linens. Okay, that's the only warehouses around. And we can even check the marketplace. Nothing here. A little bit of rough clothes, but that's it. Now, so if we want linens, this is our supply station. We're going to hit this, and we're going to go for linen. And I don't know, how many should we add? 500? Sure, we'll go 500. Just why not? So now there's nothing in the inventory. So I think these two people are gonna go out and find those goods. Now let's read what our other guy does next. The transfer station. Transfer station workers will transport stored goods to out of range warehouses. We have that set up, but now we need to find a warehouse that has linen in it, right? I think that's what it's calling for. So let's check this guy. This guy has 62 linen, not a lot, not 500. 500 is probably excessive, isn't it? Okay. So we got bucket loads of linen down here, 1500 and 500. So we need a transfer station, right? So if we go, we got to get them in range though. Okay, so we're going to have to do a little bit of deleting, I think. That's barely outside range. Oh, well, we could get rid of this, right? So transfer station is going to fit in here. Oh, look at that action. All right, let's get rid of this boarding house. How's it going in? Oh, look at all these building things happening. I'll show you a little bit more of what I'm doing over in this area as far as civilian things. The regular things. We got our clinic, we got our church, we got our hospital. Yeah, well, just a hospital, not a clinic. We got our theater. Got the boiler room. So now the boiler room was something new that we had a couple episodes ago. Look at this. We got an empty luxury house. That's pretty crazy. So that means that our boarding houses should be empty, and we have no homeless people. So that's really great. So while we're here, let's get this stuff operational too. Furnace burden, obviously, we're gonna do that. Not steel. Silk is something that we didn't have a ton of yet. So I put in another silk worker down here. Looks like these guys are maxed out. We're gonna put that to 1,000. So I want to get some silk working. The reason why I needed to buy the luxury home goods is because we didn't have any silk, and I just wanted to move it along a little bit. So we got the furnace bird, so we can make the steel, so we can make the building kits. Looks like these guys are calling for brick. Okay, that's fine. And you know what? We need the steel tools. That's right. Maybe we don't do this forge. We should probably try and do the blacksmith instead over here, because then we can start making more of those steel tools. We'll go advanced blacksmith. This is kind of like my metalworking area, and we'll do the advanced blacksmith, and of course we'll do the steel tools. And let's go check down here. Let's see if this thing is deleted yet. So when this thing gets knocked out, I'll be back. Okay, the transfer station has just been built like seconds ago. So now we can see how long it's going to take for these guys, if I understand this correctly, to go fetch our linens and bring the linens here, I think. And then from here, go all the way up to here. That was quick. Maybe that's not working how I quite thought it was. But regardless, we have the 500 linen that we ordered from the town here. So now we can go to our clothing factory and we can say, please make rough clothes, or whatever clothes, with that linen that we got. So pretty soon it's going to be some silk action, and we're going to make some super fantastic gowns. But we're going to need some fine leather and feathers. I don't know if we have a whole lot of feathers left. That was something that we kind of didn't have a whole lot of at one point. So I'll have to check to see if we have that. Maybe it's under textiles here. Yeah, here's feathers, 6,000. So we got a good amount of feathers. So I think we'll do that. We're going to go with this, but we don't have any silk yet. So I'm going to turn this off. So the silk is from these guys. Remember we had we had to crank this up to 1,000. So we need textiles made from white mulberry. So that means we're probably going to need the, it's going to be probably the home textile or the advanced home textile, or weaving. It's probably weaving. Let's go we'll go weaving. So in our little area here, we'll put this weaver in, and that's going to hopefully take the silk. Let's go check over here before it gets built. See if I'm incorrect. So this is the home textile. That's not going to be it. And you know what? I'm probably going to build an advanced home textile over there as well. We'll just mark that quick in notes. And we'll check this weaver right here. So we got the linen with flax. Yes, okay. So 10 silkworm cocoons into silk. That's great. So let's go over here. We're going to build the advanced home textile factory over here. And that's going to be a production, and that's going to be a textile advanced home textile right here, this guy. So we'll do this, and we'll plop that guy right there. And in a minute, these are going to be operational, and this is our advanced blacksmith. We are going to put steel into, here it is. Look right at it, pass it. That's great. Okay, so of these mines, by the way, one's coal, one's iron. They're working. And then I have 2 herb seeds here because we are at 0 medicine again. We probably want to put in a couple more of the nurseries so we can start to get that number back up. And another thing that I was thinking of is, what do you guys think about moving some of our plantations over to, I don't know, some like maybe somewhere over in this area, and in place of them, we build another little town like in here, another little village area. I'm trying to play with that idea of using these little pockets of villages everywhere. I know it's not a different town, but my brain has to call it something else. The little section of housing area, district. Maybe we'll use the word district. We'll pull a term from Timberborn and we'll use district. This district is just enormous, and it works okay at the beginning, but it's a long ways to go. So there's a lot of things that I've learned that the citizens need when they're just going about their day-to-day lives. Of course, they need, food and water, and then they get cold, and if their tools wear out, they have to go back. Even in the middle of harvesting, if they're making food and they get hungry, they gotta go back home and get their food. I don't know why they don't have lunch boxes in this game. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that the long travel distance, I think, is hurting me in some spots, and that's why this massive things has to be built. You can see right now these crazy ants of people that are just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. If they had a little spot to be in here, that'd be pretty sweet, right? So maybe let me know what you think. If we want to delete maybe this upper row here, maybe this lower one, and turn that into more housing for our citizens so they don't have to go so far. And then up here, we will wait until these things get built, and we'll get some more silk going. And once we do that, then we can start with the luxurious textiles in this textile factory. But we'll do that later. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival.